The former water polo champion Keli Lane has been jailed for at least 13 years for the murder of her newborn baby Tegan. The long-running case about a mother who claimed she'd given the child to her boyfriend just after the birth ended in the New South Wales Supreme Court a few minutes ago. Let's go now to Carl Herr. Carl, what did the judge have to say?
Well, Nicole, the Supreme Court Judge Anthony Wheely just moments ago handed down his sentence for the murder of Tegan Lane in 1996. He went through in great detail describing the circumstances of the case, the elements of the Crown case and the facts that were proven in that the jury found her in December, Keli Lane, guilty of murder. He went on to describe some of those events as a tragic irony and indeed said that Keli Lane would have found herself in a desperate situation. He referred to some of the psychiatric evidence and in particular the report of one psychiatrist saying that there was evidence to suggest that Keli Lane suffered a personality disorder and that this was in fact a destructive personality disorder, and part of that was that Keli Lane felt the need to be pregnant and the need to have the baby that she couldn't have because she for whatever reason couldn't bring herself to tell her mother or even her close friends that she was in fact pregnant, let alone that she'd had a baby.
And Carl, how did Keli Lane respond today?
Well, it was a very different reaction from Keli Lane today in court, and indeed a different reaction from her family. Today, when Justice Wheely handed down his sentence, as you've mentioned, of a non-parole period of 13 years and 5 months, Keli Lane was motionless. She made no physical or reaction that could be observed. It was obviously a day that had been coming for quite some time for her, and she would have known that she was going to, she was staring down the barrel of the very long sentence. And also when it comes to her parents, her mother and father, they were also silent when the verdict, or the sentence I should say, was read out. This is in stark contrast to back in December, of course, when Keli Lane was found guilty. She in fact collapsed in the dock of the Supreme Court, and there was a great deal of emotion expressed by her mother on that occasion. So perhaps the reality of what Keli Lane now faces has sunk in. But of course this is going to be naturally an awful shock to her and her family and supporters, that she's going to spend a very, very long time in jail.
And briefly, Carl, is this the end of the matter? Will there be an appeal?
Well, certainly when Keli Lane was convicted in December, her solicitor indicated that this case was heading towards appeal. Of course, none of that can happen until the formal sentencing proceedings are over, so we will only see between over the next few months, perhaps longer, whether there are any signals from her defence team as to whether they will formally lodge an appeal against the conviction and/or sentence.
Carl Herr at the Supreme Court in Sydney, thank you.